Elections are open for Kent State USG, but some problems occurred with students not being able to vote. TV2 has more.
And Madeleine Albright, the first woman to hold the position of Secretary of State, has died. The developing story.
And several tornadoes ripped through New Orleans last night, just 2 decades after the devastating Hurricane Katrina.
And for all of the dog lovers out there, stay tuned to see why today is a special day for you and your four-legged friend.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Portage County, and thank you for joining us for this Wednesday edition of TV2 News. I'm Anna Louden.
And I'm Erin Sullivan. Tonight we start with updates on the undergraduate student government election.
Our reporter Josh Bailey spoke to USG about some of the issues they have had with voting. Josh, what did you learn?
Well, Anna and Erin, shortly after voting opened up for the undergraduate student government election, a glitch was reported by several students. I spoke with the co-chair of USG elections to follow up on how they handled the issue. A glitch was reported during the first day of voting in undergraduate student government elections.
I wish I had more specifics about the problem. How it started was we had noticed that a couple members internally on our board themselves couldn't vote.
And while the problem wasn't clear, the board found that the issue was linked to graduate admissions.
I then noticed that both of those students who couldn't vote were admitted graduate students to Kent State as well for next year.
The organization sent out a statement through email and social media notifying students of the issue and how they were working to resolve it.
They walked me through a kind of fail-safe that we have in the back end of the system, designed for issues like this, where I can override anyone who is maybe supposed to be eligible but is getting that error message.
USG representatives said they were happy with the quick response.
We did a good job pivoting on a quick timescale and making sure that the students who do want to vote and are following our messaging at least knew their avenues to get that fixed.
Genuinely, I'm not too concerned about the fairness considering the glitch, because the Election Commission was so timely in addressing the concern.
Despite the early errors, those results will be posted tonight at 7 o'clock. For reporting for TV2 News, I'm Joshua Bailey.
Some people were actually requesting a change of pace. They didn't want rap artists. Within the past 4 years, I believe we've had 7 rap artists, which is fine, but that's only one group of students who like that music that are going to get catered to.
And Kent State USG announced the headliners for the annual Flash Fest. The headliner is Black Bear and will also feature appearances from the Aces and DJ Smills.
Flash Fest is expected to take place on April 14th, and students can purchase tickets at kentstateusg.com. The tickets are $15 for upper level and $25 for the lower bowl.
And save the date, Kent State has officially announced their homecoming dates for the fall 2022 semester. Kent State will be welcoming back Golden Flashes on October 1st. The date was announced today through a university-wide email. More details will be provided as plans are finalized, but the university claims it will be one of the biggest blue and gold celebrations of the year.
And Kent State's annual May 4th commemoration will be in person for the first time since 2019. The university will honor the 4 students who were killed by the Ohio National Guard during an anti-war protest in 1970. The event will start on May 1st with folk music and a film series that will recognize the lessons learned the past 50 years, and it will aim to inspire new generations to fight for freedom and expression and activism.
Good evening, Kent State and all of Portage County. I'm your weather anchor, Nuried Hurtado, with your weather forecast. Let's see how the weather is currently in Kent. As for right now, we have 57 degrees. It's cloudy outside, and it feels like 53. It's not a big of a difference. With a dew point of 47 degrees, we have a breeze southeast at 12 miles per hour, and a humidity of 79% because of the showers that we received early today. And also, we have a visibility of 9 miles. As for tonight, we're going to start seeing thunderstorms start at 5 p.m. and will last until 9 p.m. with a few showers around midnight. The wind is going to be 11 miles per hour and the temperature is going to be 57. As for tomorrow morning, we're gonna have 47 degrees. It's gonna be mostly cloudy because of the rain that we had during the night. At noon, we're gonna have 53 degrees. It's gonna be partly cloudy with 79% cloud cover. And at 6 p.m. tomorrow, we're gonna have 52 degrees, and it's gonna be mostly cloudy, so think about it. That's all I have for now, but don't go anywhere. I'll have your 7-day forecast and our live radar with some action later in the show.
Thanks, Nuried. Governor DeWine delivered his State of the State address. He laid out his plans for 2022 and more. His main points were about funding police training, growing state parks, and reviving rural Appalachian. He also talked about a renewed focus in mental health due to high suicide and drug overdose rates. DeWine is running for re-election and faces 3 Republican challengers.
And a federal judge has ordered Ohio lawyers to reveal under oath who at First Energy paid tens of millions of dollars in the $60 million House Bill 6 scandal. Judge John Adams wants answers no later than Wednesday afternoon via affidavit. The order was issued Tuesday morning out of Adams' Akron office. Be sure to follow Kent Wired on social media and hear TV2's updates as the story develops.
And a man walking along the road in Talmadge died last night after being hit by a car. The 44-year-old man was hit alongside Talmadge Road around 9:45 p.m. The site of the incident was near the Brimfield Township retail area west of Interstate 76. The medical examiner was not able to know if the man was in the road or on the side of the road when he was killed. The vehicle that hit him was traveling east.
And students at Ohio University are outraged after several racist hate crimes were reported on campus. Students have posted images of the incidents on social media, most occurring in residence halls. One incident that left students shaken involved a trash bag with a note taped on it that said racial slurs. There have also been reports of Black History Month bulletin boards being destroyed on campus. The university has released a statement saying they stand in solidarity with those who have been affected and do not tolerate this type of behavior.
And how do U.S. citizens feel about the new Supreme Court nominee? We have the results from a poll coming up.
And hear about how the Ukrainian refugees are coping with leaving their country.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
When they test you, stand firm and move only when you hear the seatbelt click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Being a dad can be tough.
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now. But it's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Brew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now. No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, have a good time. Seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic. To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall. And make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first thing that helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Welcome back. Madeleine Albright, the first woman to serve as Secretary of State, died today.
Albright was 84 and died of cancer.
Albright was an ambassador to the United Nations in 1993, shortly after Bill Clinton was inaugurated. Clinton then nominated her as Secretary of State 3 years later.
Albright was confirmed in a 99-0 vote in 1997. She was the highest-ranking woman in the history of the U.S. government. In 2012, Albright was awarded the Medal of Freedom by President Obama, the country's highest civilian honor.
And Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown sat through more questioning today from senators on the Judiciary Committee.
This is her third day of questioning. Yesterday, she faced Democrats and Republicans as they had sharp division questions.
Democrats praised her for being the first black woman to be named to the court, while Republicans questioned some of the previous decisions she made in some criminal cases.
That's right, and today she was questioned on her abortion views, her views on the Kavanaugh case, and her deportation injunction.
And as Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson enters day 3 of her Supreme Court nomination hearing, she appears to have support from a slight majority of the country. According to a poll on Wednesday morning, 58% said they'd like to see her become the 9th member of the High Court. 30% said the Senate should reject her nomination, while 12% didn't take a side. President Joe Biden nominated Jackson last month.
Microsoft confirms it suffered a security breach. Officials say they were hacked by Lapsus, a cyber criminal group, according to a blog post on Tuesday. The tech giant says Lapsus broke through an account which allowed it to have limited access to some Microsoft systems. However, Microsoft says no customer's data was compromised. The announcement from Microsoft comes after Lapsus took credit for getting to Okta, a popular digital identity management firm. Lapsus also boasted about breaking into chip giant NVIDIA earlier this month.
A massive tornado struck parts of New Orleans that were devastated by Hurricane Katrina nearly 2 decades ago.
That's right. A large tornado rating EF3 tore through New Orleans last night in the metropolitan area, causing lots of damage, killing one and injuring others.
Over 1,200 structures were damaged, and there were reports of people stuck in their bathrooms. The tornado occurred after a spawn of storms that happened in the south earlier this week.
At least 2 tornadoes were confirmed in the lower region, and over 60 tornado warnings were issued across Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana on Monday. The storms didn't stop there. They moved deeper into Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama.
Hello, welcome back to the weather forecast. We have some tornado alerts and the storm watch going around Ohio. Let's check our live radar to see how is everything going around the area. As for right now, we have a lot of clouds with rain going around Ohio and going towards Pennsylvania. We have some tornado watch in different places. We have also some severe thunderstorm watches in Cincinnati, Columbus, Mansfield. Around Worcester, we have the tornado watch till 10 p.m. tonight. And also in Ashtabula, we have a small craft advisory. So keep in mind that's because of the winds that are going around Ohio as for right now. The thunderstorm it's gonna hit us around like 7 p.m., 8 p.m., maybe 9. So keep that in mind if you're driving. Take care of yourself. So now we're going to the temperatures around Kent. Around Northeast Ohio. So as for right now on Sandusky, which is the lowest temperature, we have 45. Mansfield and Worcester, we have 57 and 56. Canton also has 56. 58 in Cleveland with the highest temperature for today. Ashtabula with 51, and also because of the winds, they have a low temperature compared to other places. Zooming out to our whole state, we have 55 in Akron, 67 in Steubenville. Athens is at 72, which is the highest temperature for today. 66 and 67 in Cincinnati and Dayton, and Columbus 63 and Lima 66. For our 7-day forecast, we have, as I said, tomorrow we're going to have mostly cloudy day with 57 degrees. On Friday and Saturday, for the people that are going out and that are going back home because of spring break, that are planning to visit some people back there, keep that in mind when driving. We're going to have some rain showers on Friday with 45 degrees, and on Saturday we're going to have rain and snow showers. It's going to be a mix, so keep that in mind if you're leaving this weekend. And on Sunday we have snow showers in the morning, but it's going to be clear, so don't worry about that much, but it's going to be cold at 32 degrees. So for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Monday and Tuesday is going to be partly cloudy. And on Wednesday, we're going to have, again, a little bit of rain. And it's going to be cloudy with showers at 55 degrees. That's all I have for you today. I hope you had a wonderful rest of your night. And remember that there is peace even in the storm. Enjoy spring break and see you next time.
Thanks, Nuried. As the war in Ukraine continues, so does the effort to help here in the United States.
TV2's Kyle Vasil has more on how Europe and the United States are planning on helping Ukraine.
That's right. Today, President Biden is traveling to Brussels, Belgium for an emergency NATO summit about the Russian invasion on Ukraine. According to National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, the president's main objective is to help the Ukrainian people defend themselves, impose increasing costs on Russia, and reinforce the Western alliance. Ukraine says that 100,000 people are trapped in the siege city of Mariupol, while other Ukrainians are battling to protect Kyiv and other cities.
We're speaking about special military operation that is going on, and it is going on strictly in accordance with the plans and with purposes that were established beforehand.
Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov spoke about Putin's goal is to take away Ukraine's military potential. He also explained that the occupation is not the goal and the Russian premier's aggression is not pointed at Ukraine. It is pointed at the people who want to join NATO. Peskov also mentioned if Putin would use nuclear weapons. When asked about the problems with the military, he said, "From the very beginning, no one expected the operation to take just a couple of days." The UN says more than 3.5 million refugees have fled to neighboring countries to escape the fighting. Salma Al-Baziz from CNN shares with us what the Ukrainian refugees are bringing with them as they escape the war.
Life changed in an instant for these families, forced to flee their homes as Russian troops invaded. But what do you take with you as you run? What is your most precious possession? For 11-year-old Victoria, it's her beloved teddy bear. She's outgrown him, but he's just the right size for her little sister.
Oh, it's for Valeria. This is her favorite toy, is her bear.
It was mine and now it's hers, she tells me. When she's crying a lot, she cuddles him at night. Tatiana packed as the sound of explosions grew closer and closer to her family's home in Kyiv.
What is the most precious thing you took?
This is me and my father.
When I was gathering my stuff, I knew I needed to take this, she tells me. It's the only album with my dad's pictures in it. Her father died when she was 6, but pictures of his smile bring comfort. I knew the photo album would make me feel calmer. 7-year-old Milana rushes to grab her favorite thing. It's easy to see why she loves it. Because there are animals in it and dogs, and you can count. Here is 6, here is 4. Denise was given just 10 minutes to leave his university dorm, but he knew what to grab. My sunglasses, I adore them, he tells me. They make me look cool like Kurt Cobain.
Put on the sunglasses for me, please. How do you feel now that you have the sunglasses on?
It makes me feel like everything is going to be fine, he says, that we will win, and I will walk on the streets of Kyiv under a peaceful sky again. A dream shared by the many victims of this senseless war. Salma Abdulaziz, CNN, Lviv.
For TV2 News, reporting in Franklin Hall, I'm Kyle Vasil.
Thanks, Kyle. Fertilizer prices are reaching the highest prices ever, as well as fuel prices, causing some farmers to struggle. In the past week alone, prices have risen 10%. Some reasons for the high prices are Ukraine has key fertilizer components and exports have been limited. And Russia is the #1 importer of fertilizer, but restrictions have been placed on imports. Some countries are starting to look for alternatives.
In disturbing news tonight in New Orleans, a deadly carjacking incident Monday morning left 1 dead and the victim's arms severed. Police say 4 teens have been arrested and charged with murder in connection to the carjacking that killed 73-year-old Linda Frickley, who died after getting tangled in her seatbelt as the teens drove away. A 17-year-old boy, a 16-year-old girl, and 2 17-year-old girls were arrested and are likely to be charged as adults in second-degree murder.
Not sure what's going on in the wide world of sports? I've got you covered in my sports block after the break.
Even if I try
Maddie. Congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Every one of us has a voice, and every voice has the power to shape the world. Ours is no different. Our voice is 85 years in the making, a voice that's more than 700 students strong, one of the largest in the nation. It's 10 different award-winning media partners sharing 34 outlets, all working united toward a common goal. Our voice reaches 30,000 households on TV, over 22,000 magazine readers per year, 500,000 newspapers, feature films in stores nationwide. Our voice is pride in what we do. It empowers students, emerging professionals, to ask tough questions and demand answers. We believe in our voice. We believe in its ability to change the world. And our voice makes us who we are.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Now, I haven't been keeping up with too many sports lately, just spring training for baseball.
Me either, but lucky for us, our sports reporter Liv can always catch us up. What do you got for us?
Hi guys, well don't worry, I have you covered. As they said, I'm Liv Sharp and it has been a crazy week in sports per usual, but let's start off with some Kent athletics. The Kent State gymnastics team is sending 4 gymnasts to the NCAA regionals this year at Auburn University in Alabama. Junior Rachel DeCavich, junior Carly Franz, freshman Alyssa Guns, and sophomore Sarah Haxton will be representing Kent. Kent State finished their season 41st in the nation and ranked as the 3rd highest MAC team in the country. Regionals will be held next week, Wednesday, March 30th through Saturday, April 2nd. Well, there are 3 things you can do in baseball. You can win, you can lose, or it can rain. Sadly, the latter was the case for the Kent State Flashes as the baseball team had to postpone their game against the Pitt Panthers. With this game being postponed, the Flashes now headed to DeKalb to take on the Northern Illinois Huskies for a 4-game series starting this weekend. And I think we can safely say this has been one of the craziest NFL off-seasons in recent history. And why do I say that? Well, let me tell you. So at 11:04 a.m., six-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Tyreek Hill was given permission to seek a trade from the Kansas City Chiefs. And at 12:34 p.m., it was announced that he was traded to the Miami Dolphins for 5 picks. He is now one of the highest paid receivers in the league, and Miami is just making absolute crazy moves this offseason. Now let's switch over to the hardwood, as every game in the NBA is beginning to make a difference in teams' playoff chances. Last night, the Bulls and Bucks had a big game for the East, so let's get into some highlights. The man, the myth, the legend, Giannis, he's doing it real easy, just a nice quick jumper, no big deal, giving the Bucks a lovely lead over the Bulls. Drew Holiday's getting in on that jumper action. He's hopping off to start the second. Bulls down big, but leave it to my NBA husband, Zach LaVine, to drop threes with 6 seconds left in the half. Let's go to the third. The Bulls making a big mistake here, leaving Giannis completely unguarded as he hits the 3. Brook Lopez is up and dancing, and the Bucks have a 21-point lead. Now, I'd like to tell you this highlight isn't all Giannis, but it's mostly Giannis. With a tough drive to the basket and an exclamation point dunk, the Bulls do not have any fight left. Drew Holiday's capitalizing on that with a buzzer-beating high-flying jumper. He's rounding out the third. Holiday's not done yet, though. He's just showing off in the 4th here. He's got an easy 3. He's having himself a game. The Bulls fall 98-126, and they are only 1 game ahead of your Cleveland Cavaliers in the East. That's all I've got for you tonight. As always, follow us at TV2 KSU Sports on all social media to stay up to date on all things Kent athletics. Once again, I've been Liv Sharp saying good night and go Flashes.
Celebrate your 4-legged furry friends today. We'll have more information on National Puppy Day after the break.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
pretty?
Daddy,
It's pretty.
Maybe I'll say it. Maybe I'll say it.
I feel like her heartbeat is like same speed as mine. And I think we have this like deep connection, this heart connection in her heart, that there's room for me and Mom. When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
She's really good with Anya. I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, you know, it's gonna be cool.
She's my superhero.
Good job, Kitty Cat.
When we adopted Lucky, we discovered all the wonderful things that make her unique.
Lucky's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly she's pure love.
And if you like your sweets, listen to this. The famous cookie chain Crumble is coming to Jackson Township. The Strip Shopping Plaza announced the plans to open the store soon, but did not release an estimated date. The cookie franchise has become an internet sensation in the last year after the store's unique 150 rotating cookie creations were shared online. With growing popularity, the company has expanded to more than 300 locations in 36 states.
And it is time to shine a light on some furry four-legged friends. Today is National Puppy Day, and this designated day helps bring awareness to the unconditional love puppies provide, as well as the fact that a lot of dogs of all ages are in need of a home. The ASPCA says more than 3 million dogs are placed in shelters every year. Advocates say people looking for a puppy should first consider adopting one from a shelter. And I think the best way is to celebrate National Puppy Day. Andy. Yay! We have our own Andy Joe.
What better way to celebrate National Puppy Day than to have a puppy on air?
Yeah, that's the
love
best.
it.
Andy, good girl. This is Andy Joe. She's 2 years old and she is a golden Newfie. And she was a service dog in training that flunked. Now she's mine.
She's a TV2 mascot now.
Yeah, and she's here every Wednesday if you didn't know. But yeah, this is her favorite activity. So she's really not out of work.
I know she's not a puppy, but how are you celebrating today? Are you going to celebrate?
Well, unfortunately, it rained on her walk time. So she's a little upset about that, but we do have dog toys coming, some new dog toys coming.
And we're making sure she gets lots of love today.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that is all we have for your Wednesday edition of TV2 News.
When we are off the air, make sure to keep up with KentWire.com
and to follow us on all of our socials at KentWire.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Erin Sullivan.
And I'm Anna Louden. Have a great night, Portage County.
Brushy brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brush your teeth. Great job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Danse, balance la cadence, ondule bien tes hanches, au bal du dimanche.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.